Hey guys, Frizzy Brony here. We are back another week, another episode, and this one sadly continues the trend of episodes that are kind of filler, not really going anywhere. Don't get me wrong, same as always, it was middle of the road. It wasn't a bad episode. Episode 15, 246, great. And the good thing is unlike other episodes, this one we actually got a title drop, even if it was right at the end. Now, we should probably just jump right into it because the episode begins with exposition, as a few of them do nowadays. And we find out that Princess Celestia is actually quite excited to be starting up a buckball team at her school, and in fact starting up an entire league. Outside of the already established league, this is more of the educational league. So, what would be the equivalent of American varsity football, I guess? Or school football teams if you're from the UK. Wherever else you are in the world, I'm not sure what you have. Soccer teams, whatever you want to call them. But it's being started up with buckball at the multiple schools.
I have to admit, I was a little shocked when Princess Celestia told me she wanted to start a scholastic buckball league, but I was even more surprised that she wanted the first game to be between her school and ours. Ooh. Apparently, she's a huge sports fan.
Now, normally this would be pretty fine. We've already established that Pinkie Pie, Snails, and Fluttershy are an indomitable team. They basically never lose. So setting up a rival team is nothing to them. Only now it seems that they're the equestrian players, so rather than them taking part, they are going to be now coaching the school's hopefuls. So they are going to be representing the coaches of the School of Friendships team. So 3 new ponies entirely.
And I want all of you to coach the team. I know how you feel. Young athletes ready to take the field. Ooh, you can almost breathe in the excitement.
And this is where the similarities to American sports teams gets a little bit more predominant, as one of the big things they need is a cheer squad. And that is exactly where Rainbow Dash comes in.
Awesome! Lay it on me. Whatever it is, I'll give it 120%. I knew I could count on your enthusiasm. That's why I want you to coach the cheer squad.
I know I've skipped ahead, but it really is just a load of filler. She comes in thinking she's going to be coaching the team, despite the fact that they've already got the coaches there, and she's not too best pleased that she's being asked to be the coach of the cheer squad.
Cheerleading?
So we see her reluctance and her incredulity to it, but at the same time Twilight is asking her, and when the future ruler of everything gives you a job, you don't say no. You do it. And so Rainbow Dash goes to meet the cheer team, and right off the bat, you can tell that things are gonna be good.
She's here! Get the line!
Oh no. Okay.
Over and over and over again! We want to dance for each other and for all of our friends. Dancing. Right. I've seen you two.
That's a noise you're gonna hear a lot. So yeah, we have the token new ponies that are going to be taking part in this episode, because we've played out so many of the others that we need to have flavor of the month new blood each time. Now, I did like the design of these two. The accents were a little bit grating, but at the same time, you knew they were playing off stereotypes, so it pretty much was warranted. And apart from those, we also do get a few of the students taking part in the cheer squad, because once again, it's the School of Friendship, so we need that diversity ring.
I didn't know you 3 would be here.
Yona!
Woo! Jared McPony Pyramid!
Oh, smash the competition, Yona. Now, the one thing I've neglected to mention this entire time is one of the saving graces of the episode. As while Rainbow Dash is the coach of the cheer team, and the cheer team itself comprises of the 2 dance ponies, Ocellus, Smolder, and Yona, there is one other pony that is integral to all of this going on, and that is Snips, who is basically in this just for himself. He wants to make money because he's seen how you can capitalize on that buckball profit. And so he takes a vested interest. And that's a wonderful term they keep throwing in. A vested interest.
So I have a vested interest and you have an assistant coach.
So we see him in the background, sort of dealing with the merchandise of the teams, which, to be fair, he's had to have it all made, so he's kind of put a lot of effort in anyway. But we see that the practice gets underway, and it's a shambles. Oh no.
Over and over and further. We want a dent for each other and for all of our friends.
I support Yona in all of this.
4, 6, 8.
We also do start to see the one side of the episode that kinda rubs me the wrong way. And it's kind of ironic that the week that it's a Rainbow Dash episode, I wear blue. But this episode really does start to show that Rainbow Dash has such a blinkered outlook. If something does not interest her, she just puts zero effort in. And this is something that I really start to not like her for. As we see time and time again, that despite the fact that she clearly doesn't want to be there, the team do. And the team at least want to put an effort in. But she just makes no effort to help them. And so they just keep stumbling and fumbling and not getting anywhere fast.
I watched them cheer stuff. Looked fine to me.
Well, it's not. Do you know what'll happen if they do what they just did at the big game?
But at the same time, we get more of Yona being happy stomping around, so I can't be too upset for that. And in going back to the track field, we see Rainbow Dash does sort of take initiative a little bit. She goes and tries to not pin the blame, but she goes to try and get pointers from the other teachers and see if she can't put it on autopilot to get them to solve her problem. And so we see that she goes to Rarity and gets new outfits. She goes and gets more things for the team. I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. All I remember is the new outfits and the fact that she gets hay bales, and she makes the wonderful comment,
What are we supposed to do with hay? Beats me, but Applejack seemed pretty sure about it. Oh, I almost forgot.
the only mention that we see of Applejack. We've seen Twilight, Pinky, Fluttershy, Rarity pops up to give the new outfits. The only mention of Applejack, we don't get to see her. It's just, she just thought you could use hay bales. I love it. Poor background pony Applejack.
Wouldn't a true cheer squad be able to figure out what to do with it?
But Fluttershy and Pinky wanted us to show them everything we come up with tomorrow.
They want us to get the team all excited before the big game.
So we see that Rainbow Dash does come back, presenting all of these things to the team, and expects that this is going to solve the problem indefinitely. It's just, here's the stuff you need, do it yourself. And once again, kinda hate her a little bit for it. Can't lie on that one. But the team try and persevere, and once again, it doesn't work out, so... Oh, that's brilliant.
Yona!
Tempers start to run high, and Rainbow Dash says a few things that she probably shouldn't have said.
So it wasn't great. Cheerleading's never great. That's why every pony gets up to get a snack during it.
Yeah, I really hate Rainbow Dash now. Yeah, she pretty much alienates the entire team and makes them question what they're doing, and so the team breaks up. There is no cheer squad.
And it looks like my assistant cheer coach / souvenir selling business is a bust. So I'm gonna take off, unless you can think of something else for me to do.
This is when, out of nowhere, the one character you would never expect the whole motivational thing from comes in and just gives the best motivational speech. Wow.
Good cheer squad gets
When
the fans
Snips is the
excited,
voice of
which gets
reason.
the team excited. But if no pony's excited, then no pony buys any souvenirs.
Right at the end, though, he has to go and put in that little bit about making a profit and render it a little less impactful. Nevertheless, though, Snips's point does prove valid. Just because she doesn't like it doesn't mean that the others don't and that she shouldn't care. And so Rainbow Dash has her moment of epiphany, where I was hoping that she was quite literally going to just give control of the cheer squad to Snips and that she was going to take a back seat. But no, we see that she consults with him and they decide to get their act together. Oh.
Not this.
Thank you.
We're not buying.
Wait! Look, I know I haven't been a great coach because I don't care about cheerleading. But all of you do. And I care about you.
No,
So I guess
I
maybe
am not
care
buying
about
it.
Cheer squad.
So the team's all back. They've been woken up. They're going to go for a practice. They actually now work out some choreography. They now work out scheduling, theming. They start to do things right, and as they should have from the get-go. And Rainbow Dash kind of stands at the sideline, sort of doing a little baton thing, so she gets involved somehow. And so we finally get to the big day. The actual game of Buckball.
I appreciate you allowing my students to compete.
Of course. And the wings and magical dampening ring you made seem to be working really well.
Indeed, though not as well as your team.
Wait. Which we don't get to see. We see a snippet of it before it then cuts to halftime, and we actually get to see the final performance. Ah, this overused music cue. Oh, I'm really hating this.
Over and over and over again.
We'll cheer for our team till the very end.
Yeah. So we've had the payoff to the resolution. Not much of a conflict. Although, at the same time, there wasn't much of a conflict. It was more of a problem to overcome, and they did do it, so that's fair enough. And to round things off, we do get a little hint at how sneaky Twilight can be.
Wait a second. Was this one of those things where you knew the lesson I needed to learn before I learned it? You mean like how you don't have to care about a thing other ponies like as long as you care about the ponies who like it? Nope, don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, we find out that the princess to-be of Equestria is a little bit adept at going behind people's backs and pulling the strings and setting things into motion to help them learn a lesson that they should have learned without actually telling them they're going to learn a lesson or getting involved yourself. A nice trait for the monarchy to have, to know that they can pull strings without you knowing. Well done, Twilight. Well done, Celestia. You've taught her well. But that's how the episode ends. I was going to say the lesson ends. I'm not at school. I'm not a teacher. I could have been, but that's for another thing. Episode is done, over, and we're left exactly where we started the reintroduction of the series. We haven't got anywhere. It's once again another filler episode that could have been slotted in at any point without furthering a goal. Not to say it was a bad episode, not to say it was a memorable episode. There are many parts of it that I think could have been capitalized on better, a lot of things that were added that could have been left out, and a lot of ways that the conflict could have been a little bit more impactful. Because essentially, these one-off episodes are all about, we start with a situation, a problem arises, we have a solution that was obvious, but they have to learn it. And having Rainbow Dash as the cheerleader teacher, kinda, it doesn't work. Because you could equally have had Pinkie Pie in that role. I know that Pinkie Pie had to be the backbone behind coaching the actual team and her section, so it couldn't have been left to her. And Rainbow Dash is the next logical step. But vice versa, you could have easily swapped Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie. And Rainbow Dash could have easily have coached the team, which she knows a lot about, and then Pinkie could have done the whole morale bit without going to supplementary non-canon fandom extras. There's a reason why two certain ponies are heads of morale and then awesomeness. Pinkie is morale. So therefore, coaching definitely falls into her wheelhouse. But then again, I understand we also had a Pinkie Pie episode last week, and so having multiple of her would have been a bit unfair. We have to get the others out the way. I'm really excited for next week's episode. I am waiting for the episodes we get where there's more story progression. Because the first half of the series did so well at setting up. We had the introduction, we had the episode with the villains, and now I want to know where that story's going to go without just nothing until the end. But what about you guys? What did you like about this episode? Did you like the episode? Did you not? Tell me what you didn't think worked in the comments down below. Always remember to like, share, subscribe, and just pass the word around. And until next time, guys, bye-bye. Aww.
Maybe the School of Magic could play a few other schools first, like the Mane and Tail Styling College or the Scroll Making Institute. Relax, you're gonna do just fine.
Oh, I was hoping they were going to list off a lot more there.
What makes you so sure?
I'm actually 120% sure. And it's a good thing, too. The cheer squad really needs you.
What do you mean? Dancing. Right. I've seen you two.
That's a noise you're going to hear a lot.
I'm Shimmy Shake, and this is Light Hoof.
And we are your lead dancers.
Oh my god. I support Yona in all of this.
4, 6, 8. Friendship school is really
Wait a minute, that musical cue was just...
well, that was a disaster.
It was just La
It's kind
Bamba.
of hard to stick to our choreography when the floor is moving.
Just empty your mind.
Oh, he is so zen.
Balls don't have minds.
Exactly.
Is that social commentary on men?
This is the school of friendship. If you need ideas, you should ask your friends for help.
Oh my god.
Fine.
Is this gonna be the season that makes me actually like snails? Alabama.
And over again. Let's win this game and keep
It is the Bamba. This is weird. I'm expecting there to be a full song. And there is, it's called La Bamba. But we know we're not going to get those kind of lyrics. It was an episode.